My name is Corrie Hopkins. I work at the Galena, Maryland site in Kent County, Maryland for the Bayer company. Here at this site, we primarily, our main focus is breeding soybeans. We also have corn testing as well. So one common problem we have is that we need to feed more people and less land. A big project we have is always trying to produce more. So if we can figure out within plant breeding how to have more genetic gain or how to make a plant help it produce more per acre, the better off we're going to be. We also breed for disease resistance, which is great when you're in a certain environment that may be heavily, when you have a lot of inoculum in the soil, you would want to choose a variety that would be more resistant. That means less fungicides, less spraying, and it also comes with the same when we talk about insect resistance too. So whether that's using a genetically modified type variety or a traded variety as we would call it, will give you the defense in the field that you would want to see without having to spray. So it actually decreases the amount of spraying. Any type of plant characteristic, we probably somewhere within the company are testing for it. My primary background has been with disease resistance, which is called a native trait. That means that resistance is already naturally within the plant. So we will screen a lot of those diseases. We'll actually inoculate the field for that, and then we'll go through and we will rate each plant, each variety. Each row is a different variety, and we give that a score, and that's how we make our selection. Currently, my role is less field involved, but when I started with Monsanto, I was a field tech. I took part in planting, I took part in packaging the seed, harvesting the seed, and now with my current position, because I have 12 scientists all over the United States that I work with, I don't get to go in the field as often because my projects are more widespread, but I've come from a background where it was very field oriented. I grew up on a farm in Harford County. I had livestock, we grew hay, crops. Once I graduated high school, I decided agriculture was where I wanted to be. I started out heading towards the direction of vet school. I'd worked for Monsanto during the summer of my junior year of college. I really enjoyed genetics, and I wasn't sure within the animal science field where that genetic desire would be useful. And after working here, I realized that my passion for agriculture could also be linked with agronomy, which was more of a new area for me. I had always traditionally stayed within animal science. So it was a new learning opportunity for me. I also got to emphasize in the genetic area that I really enjoyed. I went to Delaware Valley College for my undergrad for my bachelor's in dairy science. I graduated there in 2008. I then started my job at Monsanto, and they provided me the opportunity to go ahead and work on my master's degree, and so I graduated with that in 2016 from the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. Currently I'm working on my PhD at Texas A&M. It's also supported by the company as well, and my end goal is to be a plant breeder. So agronomy is heavily based on chemistry and biology. It's the makeup of how we function even as humans. So we're able to also put a lot of anatomy and physiology into our plant science as well. So having a really good background in that is definitely going to set you up for success in this type of role. If you enjoy agriculture, there's also IT opportunities or technology type roles within the company that helps us develop new planters, new combines, any type of infrastructure that would help us collect notes or plant it or harvest it. So if you have a passion for agriculture, it doesn't have to be just planting or taking that farming approach. You can also utilize other interests like technology. Technology has taken a drastic change since I started. I started with the company about 10 years ago, and it has drastically changed the way that we do things, from using drones to take our notes now instead of having to have so much manpower. It definitely has made life a little bit easier. We're able to get a better capture of what we're doing, and definitely takes less time out of our day to get the job done. Bringing a new crop to the market can take some time, depending on the crop specifically. On average, it's 8 to 10 years from start to finish. So when we choose what those parents are going to be and go through the process of selecting traits and making sure it's going to be a good product, can take quite some time. So the way we're able to market our products is through different types of branding. So as you're driving down the road, you may have seen signs with DeKalb. It has the nice big yellow ear in the wings. That's one of our featured brands that we use. Asgrow is our soybean brand, but we also have a bunch of others, whether it be Hubner, Channel is another. And how that works is the farmers get a catalog and they're able to work through that catalog. It has a lot of different information, whether it be, like I mentioned before, disease resistance or insect resistance to many different things. They're able to work through that catalog and choose a variety. And the signs that you see out on the road would be that variety that they chose to use. The favorite part of my job is being able to interact with the farmers. Because I work within the beginning stages of crop development. When I get to see the end product, now that I've been in the company for so many years, I'm able to see it actually be lived and used and validated, and that it's making their lives a lot easier. Coming from a farming background, I understand the importance of having the opportunity to choose crops that are going to do well on your land. And at the end of the day, it helps feed more people, and that's really what we're about.